Labour's civil war, Macron flotation, and a ferry fiasco, the week British politics went nuclear. Right, buckle up, political junkies, because we've got a story that's more explosive than a firework factory having a bad day. Labour's biggest union has just declared war on Labour's deputy leader. Macron is practically begging Britain to come crawling back to the EU, and a murder suspect was nabbed on a Dover ferry, leaving hundreds of passengers trapped for over 10 hours. I'm your host bringing you the chaos, and trust me, this is going to be one hell of a ride. But first, let's dive into what might be the most spectacular political self-destruction since the last time Labour imploded. Picture this. You're at a family dinner and your favorite aunt suddenly stands up and announces she's disowning you because you've been a complete disappointment. That's essentially what just happened to Angela Rayner. Except in this case, the aunt is Britain's most powerful union, and the dinner table is Brighton's Unite conference. More than 800 delegates, more people than most wedding receptions, voted overwhelmingly to suspend Rayner's union membership. Yes, you heard that right. Labour's deputy leader has been booted out of Labour's biggest supporter club. It's like being unfriended by your own mother on Facebook. So, what's got Unite's knickers in such a twist? It all stemmed from Birmingham's bin workers getting royally shafted by their own Labour council. We're talking about workers facing pay cuts of up to £8,000 a year. That's not just pocket change, that's mortgage payment money. Unite's accusation? That Birmingham's Labour Council pulled a classic fire and rehire maneuver, corporate speak for "we're going to make your life so miserable you'll accept terrible conditions just to keep your job." It's like your boss saying, "We're not firing you. We're just making you reapply for a much worse version of your own job." And where was Angela Rayner during all this? According to Unite, she was backing the council instead of the workers. That's like being a lifeguard but cheering for the sharks. But wait, it gets juicier. When unions start throwing around words like rogue council and trampling on rights, you know someone is about to get politically obliterated. Sharon Graham, Unite's General Secretary, didn't just throw shade. She launched a full-scale tactical nuclear strike. Her statement was so scathing it could have melted steel. Angela Rayner has had every opportunity to intervene, but has instead backed a rogue council that has peddled lies and smeared its workers. Ouch! That's not just criticism, that's political assassination by press release. Rayner wasn't the only casualty in this political bloodbath. Birmingham Council leader John Cotton and several Labour councillors also got the boot from Unite. Think of it as a political version of the Hunger Games, except instead of fighting to survive, they're fighting to keep their union cards. And Unite isn't just suspending people, they're launching full investigations with a view to complete expulsion. That's a political equivalent of not just breaking up with someone, but burning all their belongings and changing the locks. And just when you think the story couldn't get more dramatic, guess who's lurking in the shadows like a political zombie that refuses to stay dead? Jeremy Corbyn is back, and is smelling blood in the water. Former Unite boss Len McCluskey has been dropping hints that trade unions could switch their support to Corbyn's new political movement. It's like your ex suggesting your best friend should date them instead. Awkward doesn't even begin to cover it. Corbyn himself has been making ominous declarations about change coming. Coming from a man who's made a career out of being perpetually disappointed by his own party, that's either really prophetic or really desperate. Jury's still out. While Labour is having its domestic dispute, across the channel, someone's been making some very interesting overtures. Emmanuel Macron has just done the political equivalent of sliding into Britain's DMs with a "hey, want to get back together" message. Speaking at London's Guildhall, the French president basically said the EU was stronger with the UK, and the UK was stronger with the EU. It's like your ex telling you they were better with you. Technically true, but also incredibly awkward. Macron's pitch was smoother than French butter. I would love to see our two countries working closer together, taking much more risk together, investing much more together. Essentially, he's offering Britain a friends with benefit arrangement with the EU. Nigel Farage, of course, wasn't having any of it. The Clecton MP used Prime Minister's questions to remind everyone why Brexit happened in the first place. Border control. His message to Starmer? Tell the French president we're not accepting undocumented males across the English Channel and stop being dictated by an arrogant, anti-Brexit French leader. Starmer's response was to accuse Farage of sticking two fingers up at Britain's neighbours. That's rich coming from a party currently having its own members stick two fingers up at each other. And speaking of dramatic crossings, let's talk about one ferry journey that went spectacularly wrong. Imagine booking a nice, relaxing ferry to France and ending up trapped on a boat for over 10 hours while police hunt for a murder suspect. That's exactly what happened to passengers on the DFDS Côte d'Opale, turning what should have been a pleasant crossing into a floating crime scene. The drama unfolded when police swooped to arrest a 22-year-old man suspected of murdering Tyler Hayward outside of Wetherspoons in East London. The ferry had to turn back to Dover just 20 minutes into the journey, leaving families with children stuck on board for the better part of a day. So, what do you think? Has Labour finally pushed its union allies too far, or will they kiss and make up before the next election? Will Macron's overtures tempt Starmer back to the EU's embrace, or will Brexit hardliners force him to slam the door shut? And will British ferries ever be saved from high-stakes political drama? Drop your thoughts in the comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to UK Plug for more political chaos. Because let's face it, there's always more chaos coming. Hit that notification bell. Share this with anyone who needs to understand just how mental British politics has become. And remember, in British politics, today's ally is tomorrow's enemy. And yesterday's enemy, they might just be tomorrow's Prime Minister.